do you think for MVP? Who's your leaders when it comes to MVP of the league this year?
Hmm. MVP. See, I'm one of those guys who keep it nice and simple usually, where I go best player on the best team should
Yeah,
be MVP. But I can't give it to Tatum because the Celtics are the Boston boys, as you like to call them.
Boston boys. Yo, those guys, man. Keep balling, guys. Keep balling.
um, the Celtics, yeah. So the Celtics are the best team in the league right now, right? And but
Yeah,
I can't give it to Tatum because they've always been one of the best teams in the league. So it's not like they're doing anything special. Again, see, this is why I say voting gets weird now because people might look at that and be like, well, like Tatum, like I
yeah,
heard, I think it's Kendrick Perkins. Or somebody said that they believe Tatum won't get an MVP until they win a title. What does a regular season award have to do with a postseason trophy or whatever?
true. You know what? There's these like invisible biases that come in
That's what I'm
when time
saying.
is a factor. You're right. It's very true. Because it kind of puts him into like that next realm for sure if he gets a ring. And if he kind of runs back that season with another great season of being in first, then it's like you are the best player in the league. Like it's not my favorite thing to do, but a lot of times and oftentimes when a star player wins a ring, they're considered the best player on the planet. KD, they've said that several times. Kawhi, they said that. Jokic, they're saying that, right? They always consider the best player on the team that wins for the past 5 years, I would say. The best player in the league. Giannis, same thing,
That's true.
right? So if that becomes the case and Boston does win, I wouldn't bet my money on it. But if they do win, then they're gonna kind of give him that crown. Um, and then that could kind of shine the light back on him for those MVP discussions, right? Because if you do follow up with another first seed, then you're saying a lot in the past year and a half, right?
Fuck,
So I
fuck, fuck, fuck.
think that's what
But
it kind of boils down to for
but
him.
like I'd probably go with a Shea still, only because he is on one of the best teams in the league. Um, Nobody saw OKC doing this. All right, again, I'm creating narrative storyline. um,
Yeah,
like people didn't see this coming, and he's propelling that team to where people are not even probably shocked that they would make the NBA Finals this year. Like I think you just said it earlier. Like it wouldn't be a shock if they made it, and he's the main reason. Obviously, there's guys around him that complement that team that make it what it is. But
yeah,
every team needs that engine. So I'm going with Shea. Like that's my pick. Canadian guy. That's it is. I don't know who else could win it. The Timberwolves. I don't think Anthony Edwards has been that guy. I think their
yeah,
defense has made them what they are this year.
yeah,
Um, Somebody fact check me on that because I don't have the really stats. But based on the games I've seen and stuff, like having that twin tower, mostly Rudy Gobert, mostly, but
yeah.
their defense has made them win games. The Celtics we already talked about. And outside of that, like who else really?
Yeah, it's a shame because I think it was very clear for Embiid, like he was the front runner for those first 45, 50 games. And it's just unfortunate that he had that injury because I was rooting for the 76ers. Still kind of am to see where they end up by the last 10 games of the season. But when you take him out, it kind of shortens the race a bit, and there really is probably two or three people to really consider, right? No one
Yeah,
on the Lakers, right? It's really just between Tatum, Jokic, and Shea,
pretty
right?
much.
Um, I don't think there's really any other clear cut MVP in the West. Like I said, no one on the Lakers. The T Wolves, there's too much of a supporting, you know, Cat does a lot, Ant does a lot too, but Cat does a lot like almost just as much, right?
Yeah,
In his
yeah.
categories. So it's kind of hard to say, you're the one leading the team when it's like 1 and 1A.
Facts.
Very similar to Boston too, but I think it's very clear that we know that Tatum is the best player on the Boston Celtics. That's why they should get rid of Brown when they can in that big contract. Um,
He gets contract
he
after
got paid crazy. I like. I don't believe in paying people just because you can pay people. Bro. I don't believe in that.
but bro,
Don't believe in
yo,
that.
but it's the business, right? Because it's like if you don't pay him, somebody else will pay him, and then if you don't pay him, then your team gets worse. So the NBA's in that weird place now where it's like you kind of have to. Everybody's making max dollars, right? And then that's
Yeah,
why like and then that's why I feel like the competition is not really there anymore because people no matter what, like everybody's getting a max deal just because of
yeah,
why I don't know, but like, but yeah, Tatum, yeah, Brown's making a lot of money to be a second fiddle on a good team. Don't get it twisted, on a good team, but still,
yeah.
like he's making a lot of money. I saw not the rookie, my bad, the MVP ladder, and I forgot to tell you this. Apparently, I think it's NBA.com. I was reading it. They have Jokic, Giannis, Luka, and Tatum as the top four runners for MVP, which is surprising because the Mavericks are not even like
Yeah, what are
they're in the
they, fourth or
play-in.
fifth?
Wait, are they in the
Oh,
play-in?
they're in
No,
the
in the play.
no,
They're in the
they're
play-in
not in the
right.
play-in, I believe. They're like fourth or fifth currently.
You
They've
sure?
been balling as of lately, the past few weeks. Um, I mean, if he ends up, they're looking to give it to him. The league is looking to give it to him. He's kind of like, the European darling in the league. The first of the best, kind of to say that. So if he ends up at third, I could see, his consideration increasing because I think the league wants to give it to him. They love Luka. His game is, I mean, it's a good game. It's not an exciting game for me. It's a little bit of a hard watch, to be honest. Like he knows how to maneuver himself, but it's
Yeah,
not my
but
type of finesse type of basketball. But I mean, it's effective. It does what you need it to do. It'll last
top
long.
scorer in
It's
the league.
durable,
Yep,
right?
facts,
So
facts.
how much is he having right now? 32, 33,
34,
34.
I
See,
think.
that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I
Yeah.
could be
And
mistaken. I think it's
before
34.
Embiid went out, he was averaging like 35.8 or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, facts, facts.
That's a shame. That's a shame. But yeah, for that reason alone too, if you're gonna be the scoring champion and you end up at like third and the league is dying to give you this award, then very possible, right? Very, very possible.
When
Um
Jokic won it
yo,
one year, the Nuggets were sixth. They were sixth when he won MVP.
oh really?
Yeah,
The first year he won?
2000. Oh
'Cause he won it
man.
twice, right? He won it
Yeah, he
twice
won.
before Embiid, the 2 years
Yeah.
before.
I.
So that must have
Oh
been that
man.
must have been not the year before, but the year before that. So maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, his first MVP. Yeah, they were sixth. They were
Oh wow.
sixth. So it's possible to win the MVP, not being the top five teams in the league, I guess. But
Yeah,
I guess like looking back on that, or based on what I know about Jokic, is probably maybe he was averaging like what, maybe like 20, 29, 30, maybe 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Like he had the stats to back it up, which
yeah,
Luka has the stats to back it up, I guess. So I think maybe that's why NBA.com probably has him in that MVP discussion. But the disrespect to
yeah,
Shea is real though. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy, bro. Shea is also top five in scoring, and he's a leader
Mhm.
in steals.
Yeah,
Where's the respect?
that's a shame. That's a
Is it because he's
shame.
Canadian? I don't know. Like, I'm just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
hey, it was kind of salty for the Americans when a Canadian team won the NBA. So don't be surprised. You know
True,
what I mean?
true.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't put that past them. So,
Narratives, bro. Narratives matter.
yeah,
Narratives.
yeah, it really is. It really is. So it's just an American game, man. But no, he should be definitely in that consideration. I would put him in the top two for sure. I'd put him in the top
Boucher?
two. Yeah, I'd put him in the top two for
Oh,
MVP. Yeah, yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
yeah.
So who's number one for you?
Number one was in terms of who I want to get it to, I want Shea to get it, but
Got you.
who I think is gonna get it is Tatum because it's a very similar story.
Ooh,
Just they like Tatum is the American Shea. You know what I mean? Like
true, 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 true.
it's very they're both the engines on their team. They're both number one seeds. So if that was the case, then they would give it to Tatum, like for sure. So
So I'm going with Shea. You're going with Tatum.
yeah,